Hey everyone, welcome to NGT Lounge. I'm Shashank, and today we're going to chat about my stories and experiences with mechanical keyboards here in India. So when it comes to keyboards, you've got three main types, basically the membrane, scissor, and mechanical keyboards. So membrane keyboards are usually the cheap keyboards and quiet, but can sometimes feel kind of mushy. Scissor switches are mostly used in laptop keyboards, offering a low profile and decent feel, but the biggest drawback of this is their limited durability. Finally, when we come to mechanical keyboards, these are a different beast altogether. They're usually pricier but offer a solid feel, longer lifespan, and they're totally customizable. Not always, but mostly customizable. Some of you may have this question on why pay extra for a mechanical keyboard and why consider it. So apart from the satisfying click, they support N-key rollover and anti-ghosting, which usually means that you can press multiple keys at once without missing any inputs. This is especially handy for gaming. There are three main type of switches even when it comes to mechanical keyboards, basically the red, blue and brown switches. So blue switches are clicky with tactile feedback and a louder sound. So these are perfect if you love that old school typewriter kind of vibe, but maybe not so great if you're sharing a space with someone or a room with someone. Personally, I like these over the other two types of keys. Next is the red switches. Red switches are more linear in their feedback, meaning they're smooth all the way down, and they're great for fast typing and gaming applications, and they're not too clicky or loud. Brown switches offer a tactile feedback, which means they offer the similar kind of tactile feedback as compared to the blue switches in terms of the feel, but they are much more quieter when compared to the blue switches. So now that we have a little bit of idea on basics on what are the different types of keyboards and switches, let's get to the big question. Does spending more really mean you're going to get something better? Let's find out in the rest of the video.
First up is the Gamdias Hermes E2, my very first mechanical keyboard, which I bought about 7 years ago for around 5,000 rupees back in the day. This keyboard served me faithfully for about 4.5 years during my hardcore competitive days back when I was playing a lot of Dota and Counter-Strike. The build quality was top notch, as you can see, with an all-metal base and premium mechanical action that felt really good while gaming or typing. Even after 7 years of use, the keys are still stable, but after a lot of rough use, some keys have stopped working even after changing the switches. So I decided it's time to move on. Let's do a quick sound test of the keys to see how it sounds and feels like. Next up is the HPGK 320, which I got on an amazing offer for around 1000 to 1200 rupees. I was low on a budget, so I thought why not, but unfortunately this one was a big disappointment. The build quality isn't great and it comes with blue switches. Even the plastic used is pretty basic, but at this price I told myself, what more can you expect? Just after 3 to 4 months of use, the ZX and C keys completely stopped working, and the keyboard is even not hot swappable, so no amount of effort to claim a warranty could save it. The full layout and the decent key feel were positives, but if a mechanical keyboard can't last even a year, then what's the point? Here's a quick sound test to give you an idea of the sound and feel of the keyboard. Then I moved on to the AntiSports MK4500 Pro as I wanted to try a wireless gaming keyboard. I had high hopes for this one, especially since AntiSports is a brand I've really come to trust for value for money PC components. The build quality was surprisingly good for its price point, which was around 1600 rupees back when I bought it. This keyboard had 3 modes, 2.4 GHz, Bluetooth and wired, with a detachable USB cable. It also offers some customization options for the backplate color. As you can see, we can change it from black to yellow. While the keyboard felt premium and the wireless feature worked well initially, it completely died after 5 months. It would completely not work, registering multiple key inputs and sometimes no inputs at all. Here's a quick sound test of the keys. In desperation, I then bought the RedGE Semi mechanical keyboard as I could not afford any decent mechanical keyboards at the time. Turns out semi mechanical was just a fancy way of saying membrane, and after years of using true mechanical keyboards, I just couldn't stand it. It was a painful few months until I could afford something better, but this experience really taught me the importance of doing my research. Also, the build quality for a membrane keyboard on this is actually quite good. It has a metal body with decent keys and 3 RGB modes. Here is a quick sound test of this keyboard. Finally, thanks to an Amazon coupon, I got my hands on the Redragon K552 after not being able to use my membrane keyboard for too long. This costed me around 3,200 rupees. After careful research and watching a lot of reviews from my fellow Indian YouTubers, I decided this was worth the investment. Initial thoughts on this keyboard is that it looks really good. The RGB is amazing. The keyboard construction is really solid. It's quite heavy and really has the premium feel of a premium mechanical keyboard. I'll be giving a proper review of this keyboard after a few months, but so far I'm really happy with how it feels. I'm excited to see how this one holds up over time, especially after my experiences with the cheaper options. Here is a quick sound test of the keys and how the keyboard feels. So, does spending more on a mechanical keyboard mean you're getting something better? Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. People have different preferences. Some might prioritize a specific layout, the other might feel the need for a certain type of switches or the convenience of wireless over wired. And let's not forget, some are on a tighter budget like I was when I started. But here's what I have learned after 7 years of gaming and experimenting with mechanical keyboards. Extremely cheap tech can be a hit or miss. You might get lucky, but often it's better to wait, save up a few more rupees and invest in something mid-range or premium. These options tend to be more durable and provide a better overall experience. In the end, it all comes down to what you need, what you can afford. I'll be back in a few months with a full review of the Redragon K552, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more tech and gaming content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. NGT Lounge, see you in the next one.